Hello, this is Reverend Dore bringing you the Science of Mind teaching, the faith, philosophy, and way of life for the 21st century. Now, I want to start by saying that Science of Mind has absolutely nothing to do with Scientology, which was begun by a science fiction writer, and a really good one, in the 1950s. Science of Mind is a philosophy that's existed throughout history. It actually began with Plato, goes through the early Christians. The Gnostics really were a form of what we teach, although they did have some ideas we don't share, like two gods, for instance. But Science of Mind believes this. It believes that God is everywhere present, that everything that exists is made of God, that the Bible is entirely correct when it says we live and move and have our being within the body of God. We are as to God perhaps as a corpuscle or blood cell is to your body. We are one with that infinite mind of God because we are all made of God. Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, Buddhist, animist, pagan, Protestant, Catholic, makes no difference. We are all made by that one grand soul we call God. To give you a little introduction, Science of Mind does not have any dogma. There are no rigid do's and don'ts other than the fact that what you do to others you will surely receive back on yourself, pressed down and overflowing. So it's wise to be kind, mind your speech, mind your thinking, and be the very best person you can be. All right, today's lesson is called The Road to Well-Being. It's on my blog under July 2nd, 2011. All of my blogs are archived on awakenedheartministries.org. We have 2 million people visiting our site every month, and I hope you become one of them. All right, the road to well-being. How many of you have ever felt that wonderful state of well-being? By well-being, I mean the feeling that you know that you're on top of things, you're competent, you're capable to handle any situation that might arise in your life, and that there is nothing to fear. I don't believe that very many people experience this I can handle it state of mind on a regular basis. You see, it's a proactive state, and most of us go through life in a reactive state, just trying to react in the right way to what is thrown at us by life. Many of us live life like a goalkeeper in a soccer net. That would be football in most of the world. Just trying to keep life from scoring a goal against us. An even better analogy is a goalie in a hockey net with pucks fired at them at 100 miles an hour, and if they hit you, they can kill you. And I think many of us see life as a battlefield or as a place where things are thrown at us, and it's up to us to catch them, field them, or we're going to get hurt. Nothing could be further from the truth. Would you like to banish fear, get out of the net, and experience well-being for the rest of your life? You're probably saying to yourself, duh, of course I would. Easy for you to say, Rev, sitting safe in Sarasota, Florida, speaking this podcast. Even in paradise there are problems, dear friends, but I know the secret. Here it is. Here is step one. Go to the mirror right now and look at yourself. If you don't have a mirror, go to any good reflective surface. Take a good hard look and then tell me what you see. Okay, same old face, same old life. What's to see, right? No, I want you to see, perhaps for the very first time in your life, the face of God looking back at you. Not your face, but the face of God. What does God look like? You. You are a unique expression of God. You are the face of God that sees the world through your eyes, experiences life through your life, loves with your heart, thinks with your mind, and speaks with your word. You see, the only face God has is the one He created when He created you and me and all the other 6.5 billion people on this earth, and whatever other beings He created on the billions of other places in the universe. As the master teacher, Jesus the Christ, said so clearly, God is a spirit, not over there or up there, but within you and everywhere present. You're a piece of God. I'm a piece of God. We are part and parcel of God. God cannot exist without its creations, and we cannot exist without God. In science, that is called a symbiotic relationship, a mutually necessary and beneficial partnership. So it is with you and I and God. It is hard to imagine that we are expressions of God, and that when we look in the mirror or into the eyes of any human on this earth, we are seeing the face of God looking back at us. For so very long we have been taught about the parent God, who is a great super being up there somewhere. That God never existed and never will. There is no separation between God and humanity. Just as a drop of seawater is exactly the same substance as the Atlantic Ocean, the difference is only of scale. So it is with every human and our Creator, the divine mind we choose to call God. Now, let's get one thing straight. You are not God. You are an expression of God. You are a part of God, and you share certain powers with the Creator. But your job is to control your life, to be the master of your fate and the captain of your soul. God's job is to create the cosmos and everything in it, including you. We each have our roles. Now, this is the first and perhaps hardest lesson in freedom and living in a state of well-being that you must learn. You are made of the stuff of stars, comets, oceans, the cosmos itself. You were never a weak worm in the dust. You are not a handful of clay. You are an expression of the great architect of the universe, and you must never, never forget this. You are a creation of the Lord of the universe. That is a great family to come from, don't you think? This is how you will claim your birthright of power, how you will take the wheel of your life and get in the driver's seat. This is the first step to the realization that your life is not what it is because it is what it is because you allow it to be so. Your life is the result of thousands of choices you did or did not make. There are always choices, even if they're hard ones. Did Jesus not leave his family and all that he knew and loved and begin a spiritual journey that he knew would end in his very unpleasant death? Did he have a choice? Certainly he did. He could have said, I will marry Miriam, the girl that I love. You didn't know Jesus had a girlfriend way back when he was young, did you? They were crazy in love. And sit in the porch of my house with my family and my children around me and teach wisdom and work at my trade and be happy. No, he chose to take the path that changed the hearts and minds of the entire world and all of history. Surely your choices do not seem so dire when you think of the choice that the Master made. You may choose well-being. You may choose freedom. You may choose to enjoy the peace that passes all understanding. Or you may continue to live as you are. God has given you the power of volition, that is free will, and he expects you to use it. No punishment will result. But God's law is always in operation. You will reap the result of your choice, pressed down and overflowing. Make sure that you are willing to live with the consequences of your words, your thoughts, and your choices. This is the first step that you must take. See God in your face and in the faces of everyone you meet, because every eye you look into is the eye of God. Only by doing this will you claim the power for good that is yours to use and is your birthright. Next week, we will discuss step 2 on the road to well-being. Now, I want you to remember this saying by Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind. There is a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. For more reading, go on Amazon.com and pick up a little book that you can carry with you. It's called The Art of Life by Ernest Holmes. It's only about maybe 80 pages, and it's great to carry with you whenever you're feeling you need a little extra help. Amazon.com, The Art of Life by Ernest Holmes. May God bless and keep you and make his face to shine upon you until we speak again. This is Reverend Dore Jacques Patlian saying, have a wonderful day.